welcome to Young Titan World. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Um, to be honest with you, this victory was not necessarily a victory that I was gunning for. I think ever since Inked Fabled started, my only concern was learning how all the comps work. And to be honest with you, it's a lot. You have your Ink Shadow, you have your Story Weaver, you have Umbra, you have Fortune, you've got Porcelain. Sorry. But all of them like have their own they have their own traits that make them quite unique, and when you're playing with them it might either remind you of different sets that came before or would just show you some new stuff that you've never seen before. Personally, I think Ink Shadow's abilities are really interesting, especially the fact that those traits or those components or those items that they give you are ones that you can share with other people. What the fuck is going on? But anyway, with that, you have like a very deep variety of champions and augments that you can like use to your advantage. But mainly because I was starting something like this, I had to like use knowledge from the previous one. So I guess I stuck with a harm assist because harm assist was like easier. And it kind of also gives every single champion on the board an ability to keep themselves alive as long as they keep hitting. So harm assist is kind of like convenient across board, and you don't necessarily need a specific comp to benefit from it. But also, if you have a comp like Duelist, if you have a lot of Duelists, they would really benefit from Harm Assist because they do a lot of damage. And since they do a lot of damage, it will make sense that once they do that damage, they get healed from that particular damage. Now, Volley Bear has that. Volley Bear is a duelist. Yasuo is a duelist, obviously. I kind of feel as if everyone who would have been in everyone who would have been in Edge Lord in the previous set would benefit from Harm Assist as always. But I guess the comp that I was going for at this time was supposed to be Porcelain. It was supposed to be Porcelain and Story Weaver as well as Dragon Lord. Now, the convenient thing about it is that there are certain comps within the new set that allow you to not use a lot of members. Like for Story Weaver, yes, you're going to use like three or more. Fabled, you have to use three or more. I think Dragon Lord also requires you to use at least three, or is it two? I think it's two rather. But yeah, for Ink Shadow, Fabled, and Story Weaver, you need at least three people. But the convenient side of the rest of them, except Mythic, obviously, you have Porcelain, which you only need two, and you also have Umbra, which you only need two. Ghostly, you also only need two, so you can just look out for those ones, and it would make things more easier for you. But pairing them together or putting them together, I believe there is some sort of synergy. I believe that if you put those smaller groups together, they can learn off of each other or they can benefit off of each other. For example, if you decide to give an emblem like Porcelain to certain champions on your board, it is effective to the extent where it can make them be faster killers or just they would do a lot of damage within a short frame of time. And so my suggestion is that rather than trying to stick with multiple comps in this one, trying to find ways where you can put two comps together, where you could put Ink Shadow and Story Weaver together, where you can decide to put Umbra and Porcelain together. I would say that currently the comp that I hate the most, or the comp that I'm not really happy with, is freaking Umbra. Because Umbra gives you a shield, all right, but if you don't send it to the highest level, you are not going to benefit from it at all right? Maybe in the beginning, you want to start off with something that protects your people, fine. Go for Umbra, but do not try to use Umbra as your last resort because people will kill you off with this particular comp. And it probably doesn't make sense because I just got my ass handed to me by somebody who was using Umbra. But you see, the funny thing is with Umbra, there are different comps that can still be active whilst you're using Umbra. All I'm saying is that Umbra is not so efficient to stand on its own. If you decide to take Umbra as your number one source, you would have to be a freaking expert because they would kill you and leave no breadcrumbs. Now, the pace of the game is also quite simple for you to catch. The thing is, the higher you go, the more powerful characters you get. So, my advice is rather than trying to let your board be the strongest board in the beginning, try as much as possible to save a lot of cash to get to the part where you want to sell it all. I mean, where you want to get to the highest point. As long as when you get to 9 or to 8, they start giving you the most powerful characters. They give you stuff like Syndra, who keeps on firing butterflies like it's a fucking machine gun, where you get freaking Kaiser, who shoots an array of bullets like in 3 seconds. She could like fill you up with so many holes, and not in a good way. The only thing is that some have managed to like use this to their advantage. They don't really play that big of a game in the beginning. You just see them stacking up on gold, and then when they reach a different stage, they just like boost, and all of a sudden they have the most powerful characters on the board. So my suggestion is that try as much as possible not to get too involved with the characters in the beginning. You have your level 1, level 2, level 3 champions. Level 3 champions, you can keep them on for a while. In fact, try and gold star at least one level 3 character, because that could help you in the end. But the rest of them, nah, just don't get too attached to them. Just try as much as possible to get higher. Because the thing is, you have a lot of level 5 characters in this game. In the previous set, you had a limited number. You had, let's say, you had what's his name again? I'm trying not to think of Twitch streamers, but I keep thinking of Soju and Emily Wang. I'm supposed to be thinking of level 5 characters. They're not in the game, for crying out loud. Let me think. Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about Soju. I'm not talking about. I think his name. There was Eloy. Eloy was stage 5, and there were a lot of characters. Okay, I can't go through all of them because we're about to end it. Um, the point I'm trying to make is that with this, your focus should be trying to get to level 9 or just level 8. 8 is understandable, but understand that level 9 gives you a more deeper or a vast array of level 5 champions that you can benefit from, and you would not stand anything to lose. Usually when I get to level 8, I get a little lazy and I start just going through the roster. I just keep re-rolling till I get something that I can use. But that's gonna be the end. I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you. And I hope you take care of yourself. Oh, I didn't know that they could also do black screens. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that with how much I know so far, I would say that Inked Fables can be won easily if you can get to the top faster. That's my only advice for you. If you want to actually just keep on doing great, the point is you need to get higher faster. But do not lose sight of the fact that your board still needs to be strong. It's great if you have a comp like Story Weaver. It is great when you have a comp like Mythic. It is great when you have a comp like Porcelain. But comps like Porcelain, Umbra, and probably Dragon Lords are meant to supplement, and they're not meant to be the main stage show. All right. Comps like Ink Shadow give you the opportunity to actually share component items, which are not very common in the rest of the comps, unless of course you put their emblem on them. I saw a previous game where they were able to put a faded they were able to attach a faded ability onto Kane, but Kane is a Reaper and Kane is either Ghostly or Umbra. I don't know which one, I keep forgetting. But the point is, some of these are, I think they're still working the kinks. I don't know when we started Udir was very amazing. He would punch you and he wouldn't die and keep punching people. And yeah, I don't know. It just was just so insane. His tiger attacks are just nuts. But I think they nerfed him. And so now when even he heals, he's not doing that much damage. He's not that crazy as he was before. And I'm a little bit disappointed. Now I don't fall in love with Udir anymore. But that's gonna be it. Please let me know what you think about the new comps, what about the new set, the entirety of it. Tell me what you know. The PBE is out, so if you want to go check it out, you actually have to get out of the usual TFT and head over to the PBE to start enjoying stuff like that. But you let me know down in the comments what exactly you think about the new comps. Do you have any questions? And how can I help you? Because I'd love to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. And as always, Young Titan out. Thank you for watching. I said that like 1,000 times, but who fucking cares? I bid you adieu.